Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to NFL Sunday Morning Show on the Hardcore Sports Network. I'm here with my guys James, Cody from Steelers by the Lake Podcast, and Big C from Finn Posse Podcast. How you guys doing, man? Football is here,
Thank God. Oh, man, we waited long enough. All this
right?
work we put in the offseason talking about it, all the hard work they put in preparing. It's time to put it all to the field and see what these guys got.
Yeah, I already saw my guys. One of my guys spit on somebody, but I'm good. Cody, what about you, man?
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like we haven't even watched football yet for us Steelers fans because we haven't seen half our team play together at least. So real excited to watch and see what DK and these guys and Aaron can do, and happy that football is back.
Yeah, me too. Big C, what about yourself, bro? How you feeling?
I'm feeling nervous, excited, all types of things, and that was a despicable act by Jalen Carter. Despicable.
We're gonna get into that.
Poking the bear already. I love it.
Dude, it's just like, all right, let's just talk about it. So the first section was the previous games, the first one and the second one, Chargers and Chiefs. So let's just get started with the whole Eagles and Cowboys, man. I want to hear from you guys first, and I'll go last. So James, your take on that game?
I mean, I expected the Eagles to whip the living hell out of them, and for it to be that close was a surprise to me. But I mean, did nobody see Dak spit at the Eagles defender first? Like,
it was on the ground. It was on the ground.
I know he didn't hit him, but it was definitely towards him and hiding behind a couple of his offensive linemen like, oh, you're not going to do anything to me. And then all of a sudden decided to be a tough guy, and he faced the consequences for it. But, spitting in somebody's face is uncalled for, but it was absolutely provoked by Dak.
I was so mad. Cody, what about you?
I've seen the replay a couple times, and I don't think I've looked at it enough to truly get the gist of. I know that Dak spit; it's very clear as day, but I don't know if he was purposely spitting at his direction or not. I mean, I spit sometimes when I'm at work or something, and there's something in my mouth, whatever. Too much saliva, spit it out, whatever.
Oh, he was spitting in his direction, 100%. He smiled, nodded. He smiled, nodded. He did do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, I would never. If someone ever spits on me, that's grounds for you're getting clocked in the forehead. But I don't know. Spitting in general, in my opinion, is kind of just dumb on a football field. You're gonna get tackled and have your own hand or whatever in your own spit. That's gross.
Yeah. So, what was your? Did you watch the game at all? Like, what was your take on the game, Cody? Did you watch it?
So, I got to see some of the second half. I came in right around halftime, and I saw 21-20. Wow, good game. And then to see them have just no offensive output in the second half and only put up a field goal was just insane to watch. So, other than that, I'm just happy we got rid of. This just solidified a little bit so far that getting rid of George Pickens was a good idea because he cost them a lot in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. All right. Big C, what about you, man? The take on the game, we already know about the spit from you. We already know your take on that.
Dallas surprised me. They looked impressive. If it wasn't for a couple CeeDee Lamb drops, this game could be completely different. Kenny Clark looked really good. Jerry Jones looks brilliant for the trade, in my mind. It's hard to build a successful football team if most of your salary cap's going to 3 players. So I think with the addition of Kenny Clark and them 2 first-round picks, I think Dallas is going to be better off. Dak looked really good, like I said. The running game looked good. Williams looked really good for the Cowboys. This Cowboys defense can be pretty good. They got 2 really good cornerbacks, and Diggs and Bland. Is that his name? Bland?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the Cowboys surprised me. The Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts is amazing with what he does. You know what I mean? He is definitely elite at running the football, making something out of nothing. He's definitely elite at that. As far as him throwing the football, I feel like there's a lot to be desired there. I'm waiting for Brown to end up blowing up, 0 targets going into the 4th. I don't know did he end up having any targets?
Who? I'm sorry.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
He only had 1. He had 1 target for 8 yards, and I had him on fantasy.
Listen, we know AJ Brown is not going to be okay with that. He doesn't care that he wants the football. So how long before AJ Brown has a hissy fit? But I think the Eagles will be fine. You know, they lost their best player on defensive side of the ball first play. You know, we had a weather delay first night out there, but I think the Eagles will be fine. They'll still win this division. But yeah, Dallas surprised me. That's what I took from this game.
Now, to the fact that AJ Brown only had 1 target, to be fair, the Cowboys secondary, their corners are really good, so maybe that wasn't in their game plan. Their game plan was maybe to run the ball to avoid that. But 1 target for 8 yards, he's going to be fine. Next week, we got the Chiefs, so their secondary is not as good as the Dallas. But Bo will be right back. He was dealing with technical difficulties for the start of the show, so he'll pop back in. Hopefully, he was here. Now he's gone again. So, yeah, I'm just going to get my take away on Jalen Carter right now. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, what the hell? Then I watched it a couple times as it was live. I rewound it a couple times, and I'm like, there's no way he just does that out of the blue. Something had to have happened to tick Jalen Carter off, and that was Dak Prescott. So Dak Prescott got into Jalen Carter's head, and that is what happened. Now, is he going to be fined or suspended? That's the question. For me, I don't know if he's going to be suspended, but it's going to be a big fine that what he has to deal with. But if he is suspended for next week, okay, that is fine. We actually picked up Zadarius Smith, so the defensive end. We took him. He's a little bit older, turning 33 tomorrow. We needed another vet in the locker room. So that's why we got him. But the Eagles, that was too close. That was too close for me for my liking. So, so anyways, next up, the Chargers and the Chiefs on YouTube. First game on YouTube. So, James, how did you feel about the take? Or not the take, the game? Yeah.
Yeah. Watching it, it was surprising to me. I don't know. I thought the Chiefs were going to look better than they did, but I thought that Mahomes physically looked better running the ball than I've seen him look in a long time. He was averaging like 10 yards a carry at one point in time. He trucked a cornerback, the Steelers' ex-cornerback, a very small cornerback at that. Dexter Jackson, he's like 185 pounds or something, but he just totally lowered his shoulder on him and put him on his back. And I thought, hey, this is the Mahomes that when you see him fully mobile and able to do all the things that he can do, can be very dangerous, but they still lost. So that supporting cast, I don't know if it's as good as it needs to be for the Chiefs to be as serious as we typically expect them to be. I don't want to overreact on a week 1, but I don't know how bad this Xavier Worthy injury is either. So we'll see if he misses any extended amount of time. But got to give the Chargers credit. They showed up and came right out hot. So good on them to make a serious push to take the crown away from the Chiefs.
Yeah, Cody.
I think if Xavier Worthy's out for any extended period of time, the Chiefs are going to struggle. Chiefs have always, Patrick Mahomes went from having Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest guys in the league, to Xavier Worthy, which I still am pissed off at every NFL team for letting them draft him.
Right.
But that's the field extender. That gets guys deep down the field to make way for some of the underneath routes and the dump offs and Travis Kelce over the middle and all those things. And going back to the Patrick Mahomes hit, Patrick Mahomes is going to make a lot of enemies like playing like that because NFL cornerbacks, whatever, and touch him when he's still in bounds, going out of bounds, they get flagged, and then he wants to truck a corner that is so obviously pulling back to not get a penalty. He's going to get laid out one of these days by somebody, and it's not going to be pretty. It's probably going to be Max Crosby because Max Crosby already doesn't like him very much. But if I was Dante Jackson and got embarrassed like that, I would be like, hey, corner blitz right now. I'm going and I'm going to take his head off. I just think that's kind of crap. I don't know. I've never been a Patrick Mahomes fan. I know he's phenomenal football player, but that was just that rubbed me the wrong way as like an aspect of respect for your other players and whatever. I don't know.
Well, didn't he take a couple
But overall, good game.
semi-late ones earlier in the game? Didn't he take a couple little late ones?
He might have. I was at James's house. We were cooking some burgers and stuff. I only saw that one, so I could be wrong.
And to me, it's a big man's game. And if you're a little guy, you better expect to get run over. So spend more time in the weight room, and then you're not the smallest guy on the field anymore. So if you don't want to get run over, get off the street.
Yeah. Big C, what about you in this game?
It's a great win for the Chargers. Justin Herbert looked fantastic, but again, Patrick Mahomes, to me, is still the best quarterback in all of football. I think Kansas City doesn't do him justice, though. If Kansas City really invested in getting him a number one receiver, or just built a better team in general, they take him for granted that he's going to be great and do great things for them, to the point where they don't go get the number one target. They don't go get a Jamar Chase for him. They don't go get, look at what he was doing with Tyreek Hill early in both their careers. You know what I mean? And I think the Kansas City Chiefs should be in the market for a number one guy. I think at the trade deadline, they should be looking. Maybe it's bringing Tyreek back. And, I hope that Miami's not in a situation that we're looking to move on from Tyreek, but I'm not worried about this Kansas City Chiefs team. This was a nice win for the Chargers. I think the Chargers are most definitely a playoff team. Omarion Hampton looked great. Keenan Allen was turning back the hands of time, finding the open spots in the defense, making catch after catch. Ladd McConkey's a very good wide receiver. So I think the Chargers are definitely a playoff team. I'm not ready to say that they're going to win this division yet. I think Kansas City will find their footing as they usually do, and they'll end up being there at the end.
Mm-hmm. So Steve-O's asking, Worthy and Rice are scrubs? ? I don't think Worthy is a scrub. Rice is suspended.
Yeah, Rice is going to be in jail his whole career, so that doesn't.
I mean, they're not Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Are we saying that they're? I mean, I wouldn't even say they're top end twos. You know what I mean?
Nah. Yeah, I agree. They could always get a better wide receiver. Tyreek Hill was that guy at that time. So, James, you were about to say something, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Big C on this. Is that they're not giving him appropriate weapons. Even like with Kelsey getting older now, we all know that Kelsey doesn't have much time left before he retires. What's the plan here? You should have another good receiving tight end. They should be reloading that room. And I just don't see the weapons that he had in past years. And it's a shame because I feel like Mahomes could easily be that dude that breaks all of Brady's records in play for 20 years. But every year we see December, January come around and he's out there hobbling because he's getting beat up so bad from his line not protecting him and guys not running open, and he's just trying to do everything. I agree with Big Z completely. They need to put a bigger investment around giving him appropriate weapons. And I'm not saying that Worthy's a bum. I don't think Worthy's a bum, but Worthy's kind of like your speed gadget guy. He's not like the refined receiver. He's not a big dude. Like they could go out, they could make an aggressive move and get somebody to complement him, and then Worthy will get better matchups and Worthy will look better too. Rice, if the guy could stay on the field, then you could count him as a weapon for him, but he doesn't seem to have his life together well enough off the field to be any good to you on the field.
Well, for Travis Kelce, he's going to get a ring no matter what. No matter what, he's getting a ring. He's perfectly fine. Travis Swift, and then got to have him on my fantasy team with Mahomes. So that was actually a nice touch there, but he's getting a ring. And there was a comment here I wanted to bring up right here. Both games so far show the lack of preseason play to me. Shaky starts will probably continue today with less play in the preseason to ramp up. We will see. I will try not to judge after 1 week. Aren't they getting rid of another preseason game? Is it going to go from 3 to 2 now?
It will, yeah.
I think they're trying to.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the big push from the ownership. They want an 18th regular season game, which will push it down to 2 preseason games, which will make people even less prepared. To me, it sucks more for those back of the roster dudes that are trying to get their careers going. The starters don't care; they don't want to play anyway during the preseason. They're not trying to get injured, but it's always the fine balance. Like if you don't put your starters out there, they look rusty for a week or two before they get going full speed. If you do put them out there and somebody blows an ACL or something, then you're kicking yourself for putting them on the field in a game that doesn't matter.
But really, who cares if players are? I mean, it's not like it's an level playing field. Who cares if all the players are sloppy for a week or two? Are you not entertained? I thought we had 2 very good games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought they were entertaining games. So even if the play is a little sloppy, who cares? They're on a level playing field. Both teams are a little sloppy. They'll get it going. It's typical beginning of the season. It doesn't matter if you had 5 preseason games. Teams are not trying to march out their starters and risk injury for a meaningless game. So
The Seahawks Wi-Fi.
Brought to you by Tumu.
Anyways, what is up, Bo?
What's happening, guys? Sorry for the delay there. I had to restart literally everything.
All good, all good. So, Bo, let's get your take on the Eagles and Cowboys game. Then we're gonna go to Chargers and Chiefs for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a game. I kind of thought it was going to go that way, right? You had the Cowboys circling this one all off season, so you knew they were going to be up for this game. Do I think that they look a little more terrible the rest of the way? Yeah, probably. But you knew this was going to be a pretty tight game. Plus, it's week 1, and like you guys were talking about when I popped back on, it's always sloppy, right? Like it's not like it's great football week 1, week 2. Because the starters don't play in the preseason, right? So This is essentially like a preseason game. I know it counts, but you usually get that kind of level of play. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good watch. Too bad for the rain delay, though, because talk about destroying the offense at all. As soon as that rain delay, or lightning delay, whatever, as soon as that happened, the game was a wrap. You were just like, oh yeah, they're just gonna do nothing from here out.
Yeah, I went to bed during the rain delay. I was like, they're not doing anything. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, see, I would have liked to have done that. I broadcast from a location on Thursdays, and so I end up I do my pick'em show from Crucible Brewing, and then we do Thursday night football there. So then we have this hour-long lightning delay, and I'm just sitting there looking at my watch like, yeah, this is rough because I still have to reset up my whole studio for my morning show.
Oh, no.
If we could maybe play football again, that'd be rad.
Yeah, that sucks. But anyways, let's get into NFL news and updates. The Lions and Jameson Williams reached an agreement on 3-year extension worth up to $83 million. Bo, how do you feel about that extension with Jameson Williams?
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with being good, right? You're going to have to start paying people. I mean, that's just, part of how it goes. So, I mean, like I like it for the player. Ultimately, does that mean that the team over the next couple of years starts losing pieces? Absolutely.
Yeah. Big C, the Jameson Williams extension.
How much did he get?
3 years, $83 million.
I feel like that's a little premature for him. You know what I mean? I don't think he hasn't shown me enough to warrant that. He's a big, tall, fast wide receiver, but he missed a whole season, right? And then he played last year, and he's not their number 1. I just think that was premature giving him that type of contract.
All right, James.
Yeah, I mean, you would have been stunned if he got the money that like Terry McLaurin got or DK or one of those guys. So I guess it kind of falls in line being like that next tier down. I was kind of surprised to hear that. But I mean, the talent's there. The dude just hasn't had much of an opportunity to be on the field with injuries and stuff. So they could end up looking like absolute geniuses if he tears it up this year. So only time will tell us if this was a good deal or not. But yeah, it's tough for me when somebody hasn't had a lot of on-field opportunity yet to really show it.
Yeah. So for me, I like this. I like the deal. I think he's good. Is it a little too much? Maybe, but and we'll have to see how it is. Jared Goff will get him that ball. And then actually, I'm glad that Chad brought this up because the next one we're talking about is Steelers and team captain Cam Hayward reached an agreement on a revised deal at $3 million in incentives this year and allows them up to $18 million this season. James, how do you
Mitch,
feel about
Mitch, can I stop you for a second with that? You said you like the Williams deal, but like he's
Yeah.
like their fifth option on offense. And if you give that type of money to your fifth option, is that smart as far as keeping a team together that has some budding superstars on it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Hold
you got
on,
St. Brown who is above him. You got Gibbs who's above him. They're obviously trying to run the ball, running team. They run running back screens an awful lot. You got Sam Laporta. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's a shit ton of money for your fifth option.
For me, it's all about team chemistry and them building forward because we all know the Lions are trying to actually build something, not exactly to win right now. We saw them where they got without Hutchinson. So if they got Hutchinson back, okay. But I really like how they build a team going forward, paying all the pieces that need to be paid. So that's the way I look at it.
Eventually, you're not going to be able to pay all the pieces. So wouldn't Williams be
Yeah,
that piece that
sometimes you might
Williams
have
would
to
be
get
that
the
piece
cut.
that would be expendable? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes you might have to get that player to be cut. Sometimes you might have to trade him to make money work, but that's the nature of the business. So for this player, I think it will be fine. Is he going to be like the next Amon St. Brown up there? No. He's going to get his money's worth, I feel like, and get those yards that Goff will give him. And Jared Goff is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, so I'm pretty sure Jameson Williams will get that. So, James, how do you feel about Cam Hayward?
I love it for Cam. I thought that his deal that he signed last year was underpaid. He thought the same thing, and then he went out there and proved it with his play on the field last year. So after that, it's tough to ask for a raise when you have 2 years left on your deal, but he did feel like he outperformed the deal. I agree with him. Being paid $15 million and as the 23rd best defensive tackle in all of professional football wasn't enough. It's a smart deal for both sides, though. The incentives that they gave him are all tied to playoff appearances and playoff wins. So what a great way to try to get the team to rally around a veteran who hasn't seen a lot of success in the postseason and has really put the effort and played at a high level his whole career. I think you're going to get to December and January, and these guys are going to get in the mindset of we need to win this for Cam. You can get an extra $3 million for Cam. We can try and make a push, see if we can get Rodgers another ring. Who knows? Whatever their mindset is, if that's what it takes to get some of the other guys around them to give that extra 5% effort on the field, I don't think that this is going to get more effort out of Cam. He's already given you everything he's got. But maybe, just maybe, one or two guys around him want to go a little bit further to do that. We saw that happen with Jerome Bettis getting the opportunity to retire in Detroit, where he was raised and win the Super Bowl in his final game. Maybe that's the goal of what they're trying to do here, is create a similar thing. What's that?
Even the league helped him out.
I don't know if Big C is. Big C, you there?
Yep.
All right. How do you feel about Cam Hayward?
I mean, I think he's deserving. The Steelers are obviously all in, I would say, right? You know, I think they're trying to make this final push. Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career. Mike Tomlin, I don't think his time's long there in Pittsburgh. Whether they win or lose, to be honest, I think even if Pittsburgh with a winner Super Bowl. I think Mike Tomlin might take a year off. But yeah, they've made a bunch of moves this offseason. Cam Hayward's one of their best players. I don't see a problem with it.
Bo, what about you?
Yeah, no, I like it. And of course, it's incentive based. So, I mean, like, I don't see a problem with it. And I mean, yeah, the Steelers are pushing all their chips in the middle, right? They're just like, hey, we have Rodgers for a year. Let's pay these vets. Let's make a run at this. And I mean, as much talk as there's been about Tomlin getting let go or anything like that, not that I think that will really happen. He still has one more year after this on his contract, and the Steelers don't really fire coaches. But yeah, I mean, they basically got a commitment out of Rodgers for 1 year, so they're trying to have all the pieces for this year, right? So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, neither am I. And by the way, I just saw something on Twitter. James, Big C, oh my God, sorry, a long freaking day. James, here's Aaron Rodgers walking in to the stadium right there. It looks like he's ready to go. Liking that? And
Yeah.
Last
let's
season, last year. So, can you imagine if he actually decides to play one more year? It would be like, hey, you know what? I like the Steelers. Let's go another year.
DK's already been trying to convince him. So
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
that would really kind of solidify his Brett Favre arc, right?
yeah,
You play for Green Bay forever. You suck in New York, and then obviously Favre goes to the Vikings. He comes to the Steelers. If he has a good year here, maybe he comes back and completes that Favre arc where that next year wasn't as good.
it's tough for guys like that. When you play at such a high level your whole career, they always think they can still do it. And
Yeah.
it's tough for them to be able to step back and say, okay, I just don't have it anymore. So this season, we'll find out pretty quick. I think by week 4 or 5, we'll either see that he's got something left in the tank or maybe there's not enough left to make it the whole season. We'll find out pretty quick, I think.
I mean, to be fair, I'm in my mid 40s and I'm still like, I could go out there and do it once. I couldn't
Another
do a
try.
season, but I could do it for a game. And then have a icy hot sponsorship for the next 20 years of my life.
yeah, right.
You ain't got a 240-pound linebacker hitting you though, or you know what I mean?
No. Well, I was a corner though, so
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about it. Micah Parsons makes his debut for the Packers today. Bo, how do you feel about this? With Micah Parsons making his Packers debut against the Lions.
I mean, they're going to need him to make an impact.
Right.
I really look forward to this game. Like, I think that's going to be a great one. I actually love the lineup for week 1. Right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
You're playing Survivor Pool. You're looking at week 1. You're like, yeah, there's like 2 teams I could actually pick this week. So, I mean, but no, I like this. Obviously, for Green Bay, what they gave up for him to have him week 1, they need it. Right? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how he does, if his back holds up, or is he just going to get this huge payday and go take a nap on a training table.
Right. Big C, how about you with Micah Parsons making his debut?
I mean, I think he definitely improves his team. He's one of the top pass rushers in all of football. I still like the Lions, though. I think the Lions are the better football team. They're the more well-rounded football team. But I think he definitely puts them. He definitely raises the level of Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to compete for the division. I don't think that they're going to end up catching Detroit, but he definitely makes them a better football team, more dangerous.
Mm-hmm. All right. James, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you ought to be pretty highly motivated to show that Green Bay made the right decision in trading for him. So I would look for him to give everything he's got on the field, assuming he's healthy enough to go. It's a nice compliment on the other side, so he shouldn't have too many double and triple teams with Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness on that other side. You would think he ought to get at least a few one-on-one matchups. So if he's able to do that, then you never know, man. Maybe he has a big game.
Mm-hmm. Bo, it looks like we have a question from Chad here. How good is
So-
DJ James on your Seahawks?
Yeah, so he's going to be good. Obviously, you want to see him in some, a little more game speed moments. But if we end up with any situations like we had last year where Woolen maybe gets benched because he forgets how to tackle randomly, man, that was frustrating. But then you might see him come in. But I would expect to see him in some nickel packages to get him playing time. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of we got to see what we have, but he's not going to be a starter right away, but I could see him coming in and making an impact as a nickel, right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now it is time for the segment higher or lower. So there's going to be a couple of players that higher or lower than a certain amount of stats. So first off, James, we're going to start off with you. Joe Burrow, higher or lower than 300 yards versus the Browns?
Should be higher. I don't think- now, the only thing is the Bengals have a history of starting off slow at the beginning of the season. So if it's that slow start that they typically have, then you smash the under. So it's impossible to know. As far as the matchup, they should light it up. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I guess I'll take the over just because I liked the Browns less.
All right. Big C, how about you? Joe Burrow, higher or lower?
I'm gonna say
300 yards.
under. I'm gonna say under because they should destroy Cleveland, and I could see them just running the ball in the fourth quarter. The Bengals have had slow starts the last 4 years, but Joe Burrows came into those last 4 years injured. He had the wrist injury, he had the ankle and calf injury, he had a tendonitis or some he had some kind of sickness. But he's coming into the season this year fairly healthy, so I would look for them not to have the slow start. And Cleveland's a great way to get you off that slow start snide that you're on. But Cleveland has won 3 of the last 4 meetings in Cleveland, so that's something to keep an eye on. But I just don't think Joe Flacco is. I don't even know why Cleveland is starting Joe Flacco.
Because it's either them or legendary. So
I
they're
mean-
not as-
I mean, go out there and see what you got, because if Shador's not the answer, if Dylan Gabriel's not the answer, you're going to have to take a quarterback and start over again next year. So see what you got this year.
All right, Bo, same thing with Joe Burrow.
Man, that's a tough one. 300 is that number that because they've been so bad starting out. That being said, they did play in the preseason. Last time they did that, they went to the Super Bowl. So I mean, it's not it's not like they can't come out and do it. Although that team had a defense instead of some traffic cones with jerseys on. I guess I'll go. I'm still going to go under here just because they have been so slow to start the season. Like 300 is probably about right. Like that is a Vegas line where you're like, maybe instead of putting pizza money on it, I'll actually order a pizza.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go on the higher on this one here,
Okay.
even though the Bengals do have a damaged O line. I still think Joe Burrow can. Once you have Jamar Chase, anything is possible.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just give it to Jamar Chase, you'll be fine. So I'm gonna go over. And then
And there's a chance too with this that because the Bengals defense is that bad, the Browns might put a few points on the board, which
Yeah.
will force Cincinnati to have to continue scoring, which could help us on the over.
yeah.
For sure.
Alright.
Or what could happen because their Browns defense is actually kind of decent because they have to push to
Yeah.
keep pace. Then you start making mistakes. So, who knows? All we do know is this is going to be a terrible game.
I'm watching Red Zone. So I'm like, I'm gonna get every little bit. So all right. Next up, Bo, we're gonna start off with you. Ashton Genty, higher or lower than 125 yards against the Patriots?
Higher. you know, it's funny when you watch really dynamic running backs first get into the league. There's no real tape other than college tape, and
Right.
they kind of tear it up right away. And then it'll kind of trail off, right? So I would bet his first couple of games are going to be nice, and then the league will catch up, right?
Yeah.
So, but what it does mean is he's going to have a nice game against the Patriots, and then people are going to like lose their mind and talk about all these records that he's probably not going to get anywhere near. And, you know, so that's always fun too, because people's overreaction to week one is amazing.
Big C, Ascenti, higher or lower than 125 yards against the Patriots?
Total yards or just running the football?
Just running the football.
Definitely under. New England's strength.
Yards, yeah.
New England's defense is the strength of this team. Mike Vrabel's a intelligent coach. He knows that for the Raiders to beat them with Geno Smith at quarterback, they're gonna have to run the football efficiently. So he's gonna do everything in his power to stop the run. So I see way lower than 125. I could see him right around. I mean, I think he's gonna have some success, but I think 80 is the cap.
Yeah, I was going total yards. So
I'm sorry, I should have been more specific there.
yeah,
But,
I thought you were going total yards. So yeah, no, I'm kind of with you. I don't know that he necessarily gets a 125 on the ground, but because of what Big C is saying, I was imagining he's going to get some of those rub blocks where he catches passes out into the flat.
Mhm.
So like I would bet he gets 40, 50 yards catching.
All right, James, what about you?
I'd hate to be the guy that has to tackle him in the open field on like a pass play where he's got that little dump off and you're the linebacker one-on-one because the dude is so elusive.
Yeah,
That being said, I'm going with both of these guys on the under on 125 rushing. This big Bob Spillane, man, he's going to put the hammer on him in the hole if he comes straight through. So, yeah, I think he'll be exciting. It's going to be really fun watching this dude because, man, is he one heck of a running back. But I think Vrabel's going to really come with every plan he's got to make sure that he doesn't lose to that running back.
so I'm gonna go higher. This is why, because when you have someone named Brock Bowers and they got a scheme for him, double, triple Brock Bowers, Genti's got all the room to run. So I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna go against you guys on this one here. I'm feeling kind of risky on that one, but Micah Parsons, higher or lower than 2 sacks against the Lions? Lower. Check right out the gate, lower. Okay. Okay.
I'll just get mine out of the way real quick.
Big C.
I'm gonna say lower. I think he gets 1, but I think Detroit is gonna game plan around him. They're gonna know where Micah Parsons is at all times, and they're gonna do everything they can to stop him.
All right, James.
I'm going under also. 2 sacks is a lot more rare than people realize, pretty not necessarily elite category, but you don't get a lot of 2-sack games out of people during the season. So, especially with him having some nagging injuries going into this, probably not 100% healthy. He probably gets on the board, gets a half sack or a sack, but I don't think he's going to get 2.
Well, he's limited today too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, he is. I thought he was fully go.
No, I thought he was limited, as from what I was reading. So, if he's a full go, I mean, I still don't think he gets there. But being limited, you almost certainly won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go with lower as well. But if he gets 2 sacks, I'm gonna be amazed. All right. Big C, Tyreek Hill, 1 higher or lower than 1 touchdown for him today.
I think he gets the 1. I think it's a push. I think he gets 1 touchdown. I think he gets in the end zone 1 time.
All right, against the Colts. So, all right. So, James.
I'll go over on it, man. I don't think the Colts are all that great, and Tyreek is one hell of a player, man. So I'll go over, give him 2.
All right. Bo?
I'm kind of going the push route also,
Yeah.
just because he had such a weird offseason. He may not necessarily get all the looks he normally gets. I want to get out of here. Just kidding. I love the place. Like, I don't know. Like,
Right,
when your quarterback is coming out being like, yeah, he has a lot to prove to us, that
Yeah.
kind of relationship doesn't always mean you get the football. So,
Yeah.
I would almost expect Waddle to have a bigger day, for the one game that he's healthy this year.
I'm gonna go higher here. I'm gonna go with 2. I feel like this is a game that they feed Tyreek Hill and just watch him run. So I'm just gonna go 2 here. Now we're gonna go to which games are we looking forward to the most besides your own. Let's try to go to the other games. So I'll pull up the schedule if you guys need. But yeah, Bo, we're gonna start out with you. Any games you're looking forward to seeing?
Oh, Ravens Bills. That's my game of the week for sure. That
Nice,
game is going to
nice.
be excellent. Yeah, really looking forward to that one. But I mean, it's a great lineup for week 1. I mean, obviously you had Eagles Cowboys. That's always dynamic. KC Chargers was a good battle. Obviously Ravens Bills. You got Seahawks Niners. That, I mean, there's so many good like divisional matchup type games that are just battles. So yeah, I mean, week 1, like there wasn't much that you didn't like. I mean, so yeah. Hopefully Arizona wins. It was my survivor pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
'cause the Saints are god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw that Kyler Murray's has the illness now, apparently.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah. He's
It's still the Saints, so
he's-
it's still against the
allergic to
Saints.
winning is what it is.
And then Chad goes to Seahawks game. Okay. Big C, what about you? What game you looking forward to?
Absolutely, that Buffalo Ravens game. I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. Buffalo is right there. You had the 2 finalists for the MVP last year. I fully expect them to be in the race again this year, and I think that's a fun game to start the season with.
James?
Should be some real fireworks in that game. I agree with these guys. I'm going to go a different route just for conversation's sake.
Yeah,
and say
because
I'm
one's
looking
your
for-
rival. One's your rival, so I didn't expect you going the other way.
I'll go a different way just for the fun of it, but I am really looking forward to this Vikings-Bears matchup. How
Yes.
much better are the Bears? I think a lot of us are expecting them to take a step forward with some of the moves they made in the offseason. And what in the world do we have with J.J. McCarthy? Is he everything that we're expecting and hoping him to be? Is he going to be the rock star he was in Michigan, or is he going to start off slow?
Did you
Only
think
time will tell.
Did you think he was a rock star in Michigan though? Like they really didn't ask him to do much,
No, I was watching that season heavy. No.
right? Like I mean, did he show moments of skill? Yeah, of course. But I mean,
Yeah.
they asked him to do something special like once or twice a game, maybe. And so really just who knows what he is. So no, I'm with you. Like I'm really looking forward to that one too.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be the Lions and the Packers. I'm really looking forward to see Michael Parsons make his debut. It finally, he's not in my division anymore, so I actually get to root for him now. So there's that. And yeah, it's going to be a fun game. I can't wait for Michael Parsons and Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs especially. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
him go up against that. All right, we're going to do our predictions now for the week. So first up, we got the Buccaneers at the Falcons. James, who you got?
I got Tampa Bay over Atlanta. I expect Atlanta to be a pretty bad team this year. And Tampa just seems to be on the rise. So Baker's going to wake up feeling dangerous.
All right, Big Steve.
I got Tampa too. I think at this point, Baker Mayfield is the better of the quarterbacks. I like their weapons better. I'm going Tampa Bay.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa because they they don't run into the issue that Atlanta has, where they just like randomly forget Bijan exists on the roster. So yeah, I'm gonna go with they are just the more complete team. So yeah, Tampa for me too.
All right, and it looks yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa as well, especially Baker Mayfield. I feel like he's gonna go off today against Falcons, and then now Bengals Browns. Bo, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals here. Obviously, I don't trust anything the Browns do. I mean, even when they've had phenomenal rosters, they figure out how to not win games. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. Finally get a win in week 1. But it's not going to be like it's going to be ugly football.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. It's going to be ugly football.
All right, Big C.
I'm going Cincinnati. I think Joe Burrow and Cincinnati Bengals got one of the best offenses in all of football. Joe Flacco should be at home on his couch, and he's starting an NFL football game. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm taking Cincinnati.
How do you really feel about it?
Holding
all
everything
right.
inside this morning, Big C.
All right, James,
Pulling
how
all
about
the punches.
right.
I'm not going to be any different here. I'm going Cincinnati also. I just think that as a team, they're way more talented than Cleveland is. And even though Cincy has that history of starting slow, it's time for them to overcome that and start off a little bit hotter than normal.
So, our crew, you're going with the Browns. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
You're.
he's one of that 7%. So
There
I
you go.
mean, he is a Cowboys fan, so I guess that kind of messes with his mind a little bit.
I guess.
So I'm going with Bengals as well.
See,
All
I
right.
mean, I can't take him seriously because he's an OKC fan. And as a Sonics fan, I have to already not like you. I just
Here's the thing, right? He's an OKC and a Mavericks fan, and then for football, he's a Cowboys. So I'm like, hey.
just kidding, man. It's all in good fun.
All right. We're gonna save Big C for last here. So James.
Yeah, I think Miami, the clear better team here. There's so many question marks in Indy, so I'm going Dolphins.
Bo.
Yes, Sean, I was mad that they got a ring. I wanted them to lose forever. I do have Miami here. Oddly enough, I don't trust Danny Dimes, so there's that.
No way.
I have a healthy Dolphins for 1 week winning this game.
All right, Big C, you're up.
I'm going Miami too. I think Miami is the more talented team. I think our pass rush gets after Daniel Jones. It covers up our deficiencies in the secondary. We should have an improved offensive line. Hopefully James Daniels goes today. I know he's dealing with an ankle injury. That'll be a big loss if he can't go. But I think the Miami Dolphins are the more talented team. Tua, Tyreek, HN, Waddle. We got a bunch of offensive weapons. And I think it's just too much firepower for the Colts.
Yep, I got Miami as well. I feel like they're just gonna run circles around them to score. I'm gonna go with my final score prediction on this one. I'm gonna go 30-3. I'm gonna go 30-3 on this.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah.
All right.
Just beating the brakes off them. Okay.
I hate Daniel Jones.
Okay, that's fair.
I hate Daniel Jones, dude. It's funny because this one time when he was playing against our Eagles, he was running so fast and he fell flat on his face. And then I called my buddy.
Real.
I called my buddy who's a Giants fan. I was like, "Yo, is Daniel Jones okay?" He did a face plant. He hung up on me. I didn't talk to him for 2 weeks. I still bring that up every time. All right, so we're gonna go with James here. Raiders, Patriots.
I'll take the Patriots week 1. I think Vrabel's got that team ready to rock and roll. And I think we ought to have a good game. I'm excited to see this Raiders offense, though, with new weapons, new pieces in place. I think it's going to be a fun fun time, fun season for them. But I do think the Patriots are going to win it.
All right, Big C.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to win too. I think Drake May's the better quarterback. Their defense, they spent a lot of money on the defensive side of the ball. Mike Vrabel's a defensive coach. I mean, I think both teams aren't going to be very good this year, but I got the Patriots.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, I got the Raiders here. You know,
I'm right there with you.
do like the Patriots defense, and you know, a big Vrabel fan. But I like the Raiders here. They have two dynamic tight ends. They got a great running back. They have a good defense. I think they're going to be way better this year than people are giving them credit for. It may not necessarily always end up in the win column, but I feel like they're going to be a team that can steal some wins, and then then they'll lose some games to bad teams. So there's a reason this line is so close. But I do like the Raiders here, week 1.
Yeah, Sarku, you were shocked that I picked the Raiders? Okay. I don't understand why. I feel like the Raiders had a very good offseason. They got Genti, Bowers, Geno Smith now, Pete Carroll at the helm. Did he break a record or something, Pete Carroll, today? I thought I saw something on Twitter.
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, I'll look that up later. It's not a big deal.
I am actually interested to see. They finally got Jamal Adams to change positions into being a linebacker. So I'm going to be curious how the Raiders use him as well. Because he was very good at rushing, right? Rushing in pass rush situations. So if they're going to use him as a, fourth linebacker, basically, where they don't have to trust him in coverage, that could be very interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's the next one here? Okay, are we all going Cardinals?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, next up. Are we? All right. We all going Steelers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Revenge
James,
game. Revenge game for both quarterbacks, but I only think one of them is good at throwing the football. So obvious advantage for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
All right. Big C, do you have anything to say about this game, or should we just move on?
I mean, I ain't got none. Justin Fields is starting quarter. There's not much to say.
I mean, do you really think that they helped develop a quarterback? Like, when has the Jets ever done that?
No. Yeah. Franchise, maybe.
So apparently Chad really wants me to sing that song, James. He really wants me to sing that song. It makes no sense. But Giants and the Commanders. Are we all going Commanders here?
Oh, yeah.
Or is anyone okay? Nobody picking Giants, even though the Commanders are the oldest team in the NFL by like a large margin.
I do think this game is probably a little more interesting than that line shows.
Right.
Only because Wilson's going to probably have a decent game, and that Giants defense is actually going to be pretty good. So this will probably be a closer game than the 94-6% pick rate, but Washington still wins.
Oh, yep. James, Pixie, you guys got anything about this?
I agree.
No.
I think Giants defense is going to be very good, but Washington's going to be too much.
Yeah, Washington looks like the real deal now, so definitely not taking the Giants over them.
Anybody going? I didn't even know the 21% picked the Panthers.
The Panthers are going to be a better team than you think. They're still a bad team. Don't get me wrong, but they're not going to be. They're not going to be the worst team in the league now. They do have some decent pieces. The Jags should win on talent, but you just never know if Lawrence is just going to be running along and decide to throw the ball on the ground, because he can do that on his own. He doesn't need help. So there is a path for the Panthers to win this, but they shouldn't. The Jags should win.
Yeah. All right, Big C.
Another terrible game in my opinion, but I like Jacksonville at home. Trevor Lawrence got that big contract, which I don't know what they were thinking giving that to him, but I like Brian Thomas Jr. a lot. I think he has the potential to be one of the best receivers in all of football. Travis Hunter, I'm curious to see the different ways they can use him. So I think Jacksonville has more weapons, so I'm going Jacksonville.
James.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add to the narrative there. I think that Jacksonville's the better team out of the two. Carolina's got a lot to prove. They're still very young, but I don't expect a lot out of them this year.
I don't either. And I think I thought I saw on Twitter that Travis Hunter is only going to play more on the offensive side of the ball than being a cornerback. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, so that basically they wanted to use him on the offensive side, and then they almost guaranteed they had to because they got rid of Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah.
So you get rid of one of your main receivers, and well, now you have to fill that void. So I would expect to see Hunter in like nickel packages, stuff like that. So they still get him on the defensive side, but not as one of the starting outside corners.
Anybody going Titans?
No.
No. Titan. Are they going to win a couple games this year? I can see them winning 1 or 2.
Yeah, they'll get a couple. They'll get a couple. It's rare that teams lose every single game. That's just kind of like a Cleveland Browns only kind of thing. But I think they'll win 1 or 2 here and there.
Yeah, I think if any team was going to try and do the Browns-Lions thing, it would be the Saints this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Titans have enough talent. They'll probably win. They'll probably be like a 3 or 4 win team.
Big C, you got anything?
No, Denver's defense is they're just too good for these Titans.
Niners and Seattle. Okay, we're going to start off with James and go down.
Well, it's the beginning of the year, so San Francisco's healthy. Nope, they got a lot of injuries to start the year off, just like normal.
Yeah, McCaffrey's playing, I think.
Yeah, so you just never know with these guys. I guess I'll give the edge to the 49ers because it's week 1, and some of the guys will play that are already banged up somehow. But we'll see how long this takes before they've got a dozen guys on IR like normal.
Okay. Big C?
This one's it's hard to call. The first week of the season, you haven't seen any of these teams play. Obviously San Francisco was dealing with major injuries. Christian McCaffrey, there's talks that he's dealing with a calf injury. They gave Brock Purdy all that money. They traded away Deebo Samuel. Sam Darnold's the quarterback over there. I don't love Sam Darnold. I'm gonna go San Francisco. That's
such a confident pick.
All right, here we go. There you go, Chad. I said 3 words. There you go.
I have Seattle there. They're underrating our offense a lot. So this is going to be a very close game, which is why the line is what it is. But yeah, I have the Seahawks at home. I don't know why all the talking heads are so mad about the Seattle offense, but they are. So, we'll see what it is. But yep.
All right, Lions at the Packers. I got the Lions. You guys can see, but Bo, we're gonna start with you and go up.
Yeah, I like the Lions here. I mean, think about last year; they were still winning all those games with 14 players on the defense out. I mean, that is absolutely insane. They get most of those guys back, and as much better as Green Bay should be, I still don't think they're going to be enough to take down the Lions. This is probably the Lions' last best shot at a Super Bowl run before they start losing some people.
Mm-hmm. All right, Big C.
Yeah, I still like the Lions. They went 15-2 last year with most of their defense injured. I know they lost both coordinators, but I feel like they got guys that can step in and still do a very good job for them. I think Green Bay is better with the Parsons trade, but I don't know if they're good enough. I don't know if that Parsons trade puts them on the same level with the Detroit Lions.
All right, James.
Well, it comes back to, is it the Jimmies and the Joes or the X's and the O's? You know, the old phrase. And the Jimmies and Joes are so good with the Lions that I do expect them to win and overcome having the coaching changes that they have. So, yeah, I'll go Lions here week 1.
All right, I got the Lions week 1 as well. All right, Texans at the Rams. This is low-key a good game. I'm kind of shocked I went with the Rams here, but it looks like I'm sticking with the Rams. James.
No switching now. The question is, how healthy is Matt Stafford, right?
Right? That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, why did I go Rams?
Yeah, that's the big question mark, is nobody seems to really know. They're all claiming that he's perfectly fine. I have questions about that, but I'm going to assume he's healthy and take the Rams. But if he's not, then I think that falls apart real fast for them.
Big C?
Yeah, I got the Rams too. Again, it does come down to Matthew Stafford's health, but I think the Rams, they added Devontae Adams. Puka is one of the best young wide receivers in football. They're able to run the football. They got a couple of good pass rushers on that side, on the defensive side, and the Texans do not have a very good offensive line, which could mean CJ Stroud's in for a long day.
Mm-hmm. Bo?
Yeah, I have the Rams here. If Stafford stays healthy, they win this division. Like their team is nice. They can be one of the best teams in the conference. So I'm going to go with they win this. I don't believe in the Texans because, like Big C said, the offensive line isn't great. It's tough to be dynamic when you're running for your life. So, yeah, I like the Rams here.
All right, next up, here we go. This is your guys' game of the week.
Yeah.
Bo, what you got?
I got the Ravens here. If this was a November game, I would probably feel different about it. But this is a nice weather game. And so, yeah, I got Lamar and company getting it done. Should be an awesome game. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Probably going to be, a touchdown spread kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Big C.
I also got the Ravens. I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. I think they got the more complete team. I think after Josh Allen and a couple decent Buffalo Bills players, the Bills team isn't that great. Josh Allen's just great. So I think Baltimore is definitely the more talented team, and I got Baltimore winning this football game.
James, you're going Ravens?
I think you know me well enough to know I'm going to pick with my heart instead of my head on this one. So I'm going to go with the Bills. And I think a low-key thing that's very important for them in this game is getting a healthy Matt Milano finally. He's missed a ton of time for them the last couple of years, most of the season, many times. He's finally back to health. So they've got their star middle linebacker back, and that's a big difference maker with how mobile he is, trying to stalemate what you've got with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. So that gives them their best shot in being healthy in week 1. That's the Bills' best chance at knocking down the Ravens here.
And Milano's a dirty player, so that helps him.
So Chad says, go Bills, since DK Metcalf is going to be in a movie with Josh Allen's wife. Wait, really?
I got nothing.
It's called Black Snake Moan.
Yeah, you guys can see I got Buffalo. With the Buffalo, I'm going with their defensive side of the ball. Josh Allen's the reigning defending MVP, so I can't wait to see this matchup, actually. They both lost to Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying. I'm kidding on that. But Vikings and Bears. This is going to be a really really good game. Bears low key had a great offseason. Low key, but I'm still going with Minnesota here. We're gonna start off with James.
I'm going to go opposite you and take the underdog of the Bears. I'm excited
Okay.
to see what they've got this year. I think they're going to come out real fired up. And a chance of Caleb Williams actually lighting it up this year with an offensive line in front of him for once. So I'll take the Bears in the upset here.
All right, Big C.
We don't know what we're getting with McCarthy at quarterback for the Vikings, but I think that defense is just Brian Flores he's a great defensive coordinator. I do think the Bears are going to be greatly improved this year. I think Caleb Williams takes monster steps forward. I think this is really close, but I'm going to go with the Vikings.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, so I'm going with the Bears here. And, one of the things, obviously, we don't know what McCarthy is. But Addison is out. J.J. McCarthy is still on the questionable list with a hamstring. So even if he's a full go, when you have a hamstring injury, that can be an issue on any play during this game, right? So you're missing a couple of receivers. They also have a couple of offensive tackles that are out. It doesn't say a lot of good things against a Bears team that has a really good defense overall. Caleb Williams, obviously, they fixed the interior of that offensive line. He has some weapons. So if they lose this game, it's because Williams doesn't take that step forward. But, I'm taking the Bears, as weird as that is coming out of my mouth.
Right.
Yeah, I got Chicago at home.
I'm going Minnesota. Michigan fan. I want to see J.J. McCarthy do well. Yeah, there's that. But all right, guys, that's going to conclude the NFL Sunday Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in. But really quick, Big C, have you thought about streaming like the Miami Dolphins game? Like, have you thought doing like a watch along or play-by-play of it?
Man, it'd be so much cursing and stuff. I mean, it won't be PG, that's for sure. I did a few games last year. Yeah, I might do that.
There you go.
You're going to get that YouTube notification. We're sorry, this show cannot be monetized.
Well, they already did that to me for whatever reason. They don't give me no real reason, but they deny my monetization. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Christian McCaffrey will play today. It just got the notification, so it's okay.
Yeah. The problem with the calf injury, though, is what we've seen over the last 5 years. Calf injury equals Achilles. I mean,
right.
We've seen such a huge uptick in that particular injury over the last 5-6 years that any of you that drafted him in your fantasy, man, best of luck.
Yeah, I was just seeing in mind. Someone took him in the first round. I think he was AFK or something. So it's just like, yeah, well, you're stuck now. But all right, guys, make sure you guys hit that like, hit the subscribe on all the channels. So James, you got something coming up?
Yeah, going back to twice a week now. We only do once a week during the off season, so we'll have Monday recap shows and then Saturday morning preview shows. So check us out, YouTube or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
All right, Big C, you got anything coming up?
Just Monday through Friday, Finn Posse Podcast, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and obviously on the weekends we'll be in and out, breaking down games, talking about the game. So just turn that notification on and come check it out.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have our daily show, but the thing I'm promoting the most is our Thursday Pick'em show, broadcast live from Crucible Brewing in Everett. So you can actually come out and watch that show live if you want. Have a beer. It is filmed in front of a live studio audience, and then of course we watch the game from there. So then you can sit there and have a beer with me, and we'll talk football.
Yep. So for us here on the Hardcore Sports Network, we're actually streaming a couple games here today. Let me pull them up real quick. I know we got a couple Packers and Lions games. We got the what is it? Bills and Ravens. We got the Giants and the Commanders. We got a red zone today. So football all day long here on the Hardcore Sports. We also got a Giants and Commanders post game show. So we got a lot of football coming. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, notification bell. We are out. Peace. And I don't have to worry today. I don't have to worry. See you guys.